is ATG Grid News. I am Jessica Kiko.
I'm Zach Heiko.
Our top stories. Linden Lab announces lower land prices and LindeX fee changes. New pricing updates are set to begin June 15th. Trust and Safety Team returns in World. Monthly user group meetings begin next week in Second Life. Relay for Life weekend opens June 13th. Residents prepare to go wild for a cure.
Hello and welcome to ATG Grid News.
Linden Lab has announced a new round of Second Life pricing updates with changes aimed at reducing some of the costs connected to land ownership and Linden dollar purchases. The pricing update is scheduled to take effect on June 15th, 2026. According to Linden Lab, the changes are part of a continued effort to make land ownership and expansion more affordable for residents who maintain homes, venues, rentals, community spaces, commercial regions, and event locations across the grid. One of the most visible changes involves private region pricing. Selected land costs are being reduced, which may affect estate owners and communities that rely on region ownership to support long-running operations. For many residents, land remains one of the central parts of Second Life. It supports social spaces, role-play regions, clubs, art installations, educational projects, and residential communities. Linden Lab is also reducing the minimum Linden dollar buy fee. That fee is connected to LindeX purchases, and the reduction may be especially noticeable for residents who make smaller Linden dollar purchases. The change lowers the minimum fee from $1.49 to 49 cents. The announcement has drawn attention because it pairs lower land and transaction costs with separate membership pricing changes, creating a mixed picture for residents depending on how they use Second Life. For landowners, event organizers, and community managers, the land reductions may be the most important part of the update.
Alongside the land and LindeX fee reductions, Linden Lab is also preparing changes to paid membership pricing. Those membership changes are scheduled to begin on July 8th, 2026, applying for new and renewed subscriptions. Linden Lab says some paid membership prices will increase, while the entry-level Plus plan remains positioned as a lower-cost option for residents who want the membership benefits without moving into the higher subscription tiers. Paid membership in Second Life can include benefits such as a weekly Linden dollar stipend, expanded group limits, land allowance, access to Linden homes, and additional support options depending on the plan. Because many residents use these plans differently, the impact of a pricing change will vary. A resident who mainly uses a membership for a Linden home may see the update differently from a business owner, creator, or longtime Premium Plus subscriber. This change comes at the same time as Linden Lab is reducing some other costs, which makes the broader pricing picture more complicated. Some residents may pay less because of land or LindeX changes, while others may pay more when memberships renew. The overall message from Linden Lab is that the company is trying to balance affordability, service value, and the long-term cost of operating Second Life. For residents, the next several weeks will be an important time to review current membership plans, renewal dates, land holdings, and expected monthly costs.
Linden Lab's Trust and Safety Team is taking a more visible role in Second Life with new in-world meetings and renewed public communication. The company has announced Trust and Safety Tuesdays, a monthly user group format that will bring the team into direct conversation with residents. The move is significant because trust and safety issues affect nearly every part of the grid, from personal account security and abuse reporting to region moderation, harassment concerns, fraud prevention, and the broader health of the platform. In Second Life, the Trust and Safety Team handles some of the most sensitive and important parts of platform operation. Their work often takes place behind the scenes, but residents regularly interact with the results through governance decisions, enforcement actions, abuse report outcomes, and policy clarification. By returning to a regular in-world meeting format, Linden Lab is creating a public space where residents can hear directly from the team and raise general questions about systems, policies, and safety concerns. These meetings are not expected to replace formal support tickets or abuse reports, but they may help residents better understand how trust and safety processes work. The announcement also points toward a more regular communication from the team, including blog posts and a planned office presence in World. For residents who have wanted more transparency around safety and governance issues, This marks a notable development.
The first Trust and Safety Tuesday meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, June 16th, 2026, from 11 in the morning to noon, Second Life time. Linden Lab says the meetings will be held monthly on the third Tuesday of each month. The first session is expected to include members of the Trust and Safety team, including Melody Linden and Alabaster Linden, with another Linden guest also expected to attend. The meeting will take place in World at the Linden Estate Services location. For residents, that means the discussion will not be limited to a blog post or forum thread. Instead, people will be able to attend directly inside Second Life, hear from Linden Lab representatives, and follow the discussion in a shared virtual setting. Because trust and safety topics can involve sensitive issues, the format will likely focus on general questions, policy explanations, and platform-wide concerns rather than individual account cases. Residents with specific reports or personal support needs will still need to use the official reporting and support systems. Still, the meeting may become an important monthly checkpoint for the community. It gives residents a more direct line of communication with the people responsible for some of the platform's most important safety and governance work. The first meeting will also set expectations for how open, practical, and useful these sessions may become in the months ahead.
Relay for Life of Second Life is preparing for one of the largest annual community weekends on the grid. This year's Relay Weekend opens on June 13th and continues through June 14th under the theme Wild for a Cure. The event brings residents together in support of the American Cancer Society, continuing one of Second Life's longest running and most visible charity traditions. Relay Weekend is known for its large multi-region track, team campsites, themed bills, ceremonies, entertainment, and the symbolic walk that brings participants together across time zones. Each year, residents gather not only to raise funds, but also to honor survivors, remember loved ones, and support people affected by cancer. The relay track regions are already drawing attention as teams prepare their campsites in special areas. Second Life Newser reported that the track regions are online, including campsite areas, special exhibit spaces, and the American Cancer Society presence. Relay for Life has become more than a fundraiser in Second Life. It is also a major social and cultural event showing how virtual communities can organize around real-world causes. For many residents, Relay Weekend is one of the most meaningful annual gatherings on the grid. This year's theme, Wild for a Cure, is expected to shape the builds, costumes, decorations, and team presentations throughout the weekend.
Linden Lab is asking Second Life residents to submit questions for upcoming live Q&A events with the Lindens. The request was posted through Second Life's official Prim Feed account as part of preparations for next week's birthday celebrations. Residents who want their questions considered must submit them by June 21st. The Q&A sessions give residents a chance to raise topics directly with Linden Lab, from platform development and land to community issues, creator tools, and future plans for Second Life. Not every question is guaranteed to be answered, but advanced submissions help shape the discussion for the live events.
In technical news, the latest simulator user group meeting covered several issues connected to Second Life server-side development. Inara Pay's Week 24 summary reports on the June 9th simulator user group meeting, where Linden Lab and residents discussed current simulator work, bug reports, and ongoing development topics. Simulator updates are important because they affect the systems that run Second Life regions, including object behavior, scripting, movement, region performance, and crossings between regions. One of the topics discussed involved Lua documentation and related development work. Lua has been a major area of interest for creators and scripters as Linden Lab continues exploring new scripting and tooling possibilities for Second Life. Better documentation is especially important for residents who want to test, learn, and eventually build with new systems. The meeting also touched on authorization work that has affected some login. Login reliability is a core issue for every resident, and even limited disruptions can become highly visible when they affect access to the grid. Region crossing issues were also part of the discussion. Crossings remain a long-running technical challenge in Second Life, especially for vehicles, sailing, aviation, rail systems, and large events spread across multiple regions. The simulator user group remains one of the key places where residents can follow the technical side of Second Life's continuing development.
The content creation user group met this week with updates on viewer status, creator tools, and development work affecting Second Life builders, artists, and merchants. According to InaraPay's June 6th summary, the content creation user group is focused on work related to content creation in Second Life, including current and upcoming Linden Lab projects, viewer development, and creator feedback. The meetings are held regularly at Hippotropolis and include a mix of voice and text discussion. The latest summary notes the official viewer status, including the default viewer version released in May with the updated flat user interface and font changes. It also references the Second Life Lua editor alpha viewer, which remains part of ongoing development connected to scripting and creator workflows. For content creators, these meetings are especially important because small changes in viewer tools, upload systems, rendering behavior, scripting options, or documentation can affect how products are made, tested, sold, and used. Second Life's economy depends heavily on resident-made content, from clothing and furniture to buildings, vehicles, attachments, animations, and full environments. The content creation user group gives creators a place to follow upcoming changes before they reach the wider grid. It also gives Linden Lab a way to hear practical feedback from people actively building within Second Life's systems.
A special relay season event is bringing a Victorian racing tradition to this year's relay track. Second Life Newser reports that Royal Ascot is planned as part of the Relay for Life season. The event is described as a Victorian-themed horse racing event, and this year it is being staged directly on the relay track itself across 2 regions in the southwest corner. Royal Ascot adds another layer of activity to Relay Weekend by combining themed entertainment, role-play atmosphere, and charity participation. Events like this help keep Relay active beyond the central walk, offering residents more ways to gather, explore, participate, and donate. The Victorian theme is expected to shape the presentation with formal dress, horses, racing, and period-inspired atmosphere. In Second Life, themed events like Royal Ascot often become visual showcases, with residents using clothing, props, region design, and animation to create a strong sense of occasion. Holding the event on the relay track also gives it added visibility. Visitors moving through the relay regions may encounter the racing area as part of the broader weekend experience, connecting entertainment directly to the fundraising mission. Relay for Life and Second Life has long combined ceremony, creativity, and community action. Royal Ascot is another example of how residents build distinctive experiences around a shared cause.
Second Life Newser is marking 16 years of reporting on the people, places, events, and changes across the grid. The publication traces its beginning to June 5th, 2010, following the closure of the earlier Second Life newspaper. According to the Newser's anniversary retrospective, several former staff members decided to continue reporting by launching a new publication, with Bixel Shuftan taking on the role of owner and editor. The early days of Second Life Newser came during a major period of change. Its first month included coverage of the end of the previous paper, Linden Lab layoffs, leadership changes, Relay for Life, Second Life's 7th birthday, and the closure of the classic Greenies region. Since then, the Newser has continued to cover community events, fundraisers, anniversaries, resident stories, venue news, region changes, and platform developments in a virtual world where communities can appear, evolve, relocate, or disappear quickly. Long-running news coverage becomes part of the historical record. 16 years is a significant milestone for any independent publication, especially one focused on a virtual world. It reflects persistence, community interest, and the continuing demand for resident-centered reporting. For the Second Life community, the anniversary is not only about one publication, it is also a reminder that the grid's history is built and preserved by the people who continue to document it.
That's all for today's edition of ATG Grid News.
I'm Zach Haiku.
And I'm Jessica Kiko.
Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to
enjoy the grid.